Hello, time travelers.
Hello, humans.
In this video, I'm actually discussing possibly selling one of my GPUs from my mining rigs to him so that he can do editing and start learning some AI stuff like stable diffusion that generates images.
And also, so my Epic gaming isn't laggy.
This is my look of disapproval.
Coming back from that, yeah, I don't approve when his computer locks up when he's streaming or whatever. So let's see if we can figure out of all the GPUs I have, which one he can use for all the stuff he does. We did go over... Come on! My gimbal's messing up! I need a new gimbal. I don't want to spend money right now. Ah! Stop it! The 1080 Ti, we wrote it down because you guys might find all this stuff interesting. I'm keeping it. I wouldn't let him use it because it's starting to overheat if I overclock it. It's fine if I don't overclock it, but when you look at the stats of all of these, and I'll throw it all on the screen every now and then.
Toss
as a spreadsheet so it's easier to see. But the 1080 Ti has a peak wattage draw of 250 watts. Why is that important? Because the average is fine for your power supply, but if your power supply cannot support the peak, then you'll be gaming and suddenly your computer will turn off for that one tiny little spike of power.
Epic gaming. That ends.
And the 1080 Ti is selling on eBay right now, and used anywhere between 175 and what's that?
275.
275. The 1080, which is one step down, it only peaks at 180 watts, but it only has 8 gigabytes of VRAM versus 11. And 8 gigabytes is probably a good amount if you're going to do AI stuff, because you need at least 4, but you can make the batch sizes bigger and different things. What does that mean? That means you can tell your AI to learn faster or generate things faster. But I would recommend to get a card with at least 8, because the ones with 10 or 12 or even 24, they're ridiculously expensive. You'll see that. That one's running 150 to 210 on eBay right now. You got the 1660 Super, which back when it came out, outperformed the 1080 in some stats. It was crazy. And its peak watts is only 125. If you overclock the memory on that one, but undervolted it for mining, it would run at 90 watts and save you money on your electric bill while mining for Ethereum. It was crazy. And that one's selling for around 100 to 150. If you do light gaming, definitely see if you can jump on one of those.
Yeah, 6 gigabytes for me. BeamNG on an APU, it still bottlenecks if I only had 6 gigabytes of VRAM.
Tell everybody what BeamNG is and I'll put some B-roll up.
Game that you crash cars funnily and race things.
Yeah, I've seen you play that when we went over to a friend's house once and you guys were playing that for a while.
Yeah, on my settings it already uses a little over 6 gigs of VRAM, which is 1080p medium.
Definitely need an 8 gig VRAM card then. And then the 3070, which peaks at 220 watts, has 8 gigs of VRAM like I was talking about.
It's a bit faster with the VRAM.
But since it's a newer model, its GPU is faster than the other ones, and it could do 1080 a lot better and even 4K in some titles. But it's running $300 to $400 because of that. And it's your bottom end one that I have that can do ray tracing. And here's one that's not on the chart, but I'll add it, which is the RTX 3060. Isn't that the one that mysteriously, for some reason, have 12 gigs of VRAM?
Yes.
So if you're doing something...
Don't buy the 4060 because it's not going to have 12 gigabytes of VRAM.
Yeah, the 4060 is new. If you want...
It's not out yet, but it will likely not have...
It will likely not have it. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. But if you want a lot of VRAM for doing AI stuff and you want a decent gaming experience on a little bit more of a budget price point, look for the 3060.
It can do 1080p and 1440p, and 4K it struggles a bit with. Gets 100% on gpu.userbenchmark.com.
Well, you can't even see 4K anyway. You want high refresh rate if you want accuracy, not 4K, right?
Says the person that has 2 1080p 60 hertz monitors.
Now talking about the 3080, its peak watts are 320, and it has 10 gigs of RAM. So if you can afford...
It's normal RAM, not VRAM, just normal RAM.
So if you can afford $450 to $500, then its watts and its VRAM are great. But if you can afford $600 to $700, get a 3080 Ti, because I started doing stable diffusion image generation on that one. And the 12 gigs of VRAM was really good to do pretty high batches. But now going to Uberland because I did own a 3090.
You still own a 3090.
I mean, I did own it when I started doing this, so I threw it in. And you can get one 700 to 900, so don't pay over $1,000 for one. During the mining craze a couple years ago, I paid almost $3,000 for it. Oh, but that was out of Ethereum that I earned mining. But it has 24 gigs of VRAM, and it only peaks at 350 watts, which is the same as the 3080 Ti. I can do light editing and light image generation at the same time. So it's a huge time saver. So if you guys already have a 3090 and you're not messing around in Stable Diffusion that you can install on your computer, and it's open source, there's a huge community, it's called Automatic 1111. I did a video on how to install it, and you can click the card right here if you want to watch that. Now let's talk about budget. I know you're going to get paid some allowance or whatever pretty soon, so how much money are you going to have out of that to put towards a GPU?
So every week, it should be like $10 to $30. I'm actually mowing lawns for people.
Because we already talked about this last night off camera. You're going to have like a down payment or something to start saving. Because I was thinking about selling you one of these, and I said that you can give me a chunk now and then keep paying a little bit until you pay it off, right?
Yeah.
So what's the big chunk amount you're going to start with?
125 around.
Okay. And out of all these cards, which one stood out to you the most that you want to grab?
Right.
Except for the 3090, the 3080 Ti, and the 1080 Ti. Because I'm already using these two, and that one's got problems. And if I fix those problems, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, the theoretical maximum GPU that I would get anyway is the RTX 3080, but that's not for a long time. So I would go with the GTX 1080 because it has enough VRAM for what I'm doing, and it theoretically does better than the 3060 in some scenarios.
Yeah, and since it's priced at $150 to $210, and whenever I sell hardware to friends, I always sell it at a discount anyway. So the $125, I would just sell that to you straight up and say it's done for that one.
Okay.
But what if we did this? Because I was already thinking of helping you out for your birthday.
Yeah.
What if...
Ooh, mystery thing.
You gave me $125, and this is yours. Mystery box because the person who sold it to me didn't get the sleeve on it.
Mysterious RTX 3070.
Open it up.
Oh my god, it's the mysterious RTX 3070. You actually have two RTX 3070s then.
Nope.
Or did you take it out just recently?
I took it out this morning just for the video.
No, you didn't. I saw it in the afternoon. You took it out this afternoon.
Well, it's this morning for me because I sleep in on the weekend. What's it called?
Gigabyte RTX 3070, probably overclocked.
The gaming OC. This is a Gigabyte.
It's overclocked? This is a
Gigabyte gaming OC RTX 3070.
That means the original character, not overclocked, by the way.
And as you can see, I put how much watts it peaks at on all my mining GPUs, so if I have to figure out why my mining rig's turning off or the power supplies are kicking off or whatever. And now, enjoy this random thing. I found this picture that's got a fan into the side of a computer case to cool it down.
I'm a fan of that.
RTX 3090, some people had to do this because its memory was on the wrong side of the PCB, where there's no cooler, and it was getting hot.
Fire emoji.
Fire emoji. Before shooting the video, I asked ChatGPT, I said, I am about to film a video with my son about getting him his first GPU for his computer. Give me a dad joke that we can use in the dad joke time of the video that is related to custom-built computers and GPUs. And it says, sure, here's a dad joke for you. Why did the computer go to the doctor? Because it had a virus. Like, no, try.
But the GPU doesn't have... I mean, it does have a BIOS, but no.
I said, no, try again. And it said, sure, here's another one. Why did the computer go to the doctor? Because it had a virus. I said, no, that's the same joke, try again.
Why I laughed is it because it said it again.
And it said it a third time! It's like, sure, here's another one. Why did the computer go to the doctor? Because it had a virus. And I says, that's the same dad joke 3 times in a row. Make a dad joke about GPUs. And then it said, sure, here's a dad joke for you. Why did the GPU go to the doctor? Because it had a graphics card EAC arrest.
That's terrible.
Now it's awkward end screen. Click the subscribe button. Click, click, click.
Ooh, subscribed.
Like the video. Make sure you like it by slapping it in the thing. Smack. And click this video over here to see me helping him troubleshoot why his computer wouldn't turn on after he built it by himself.
Like a ding dong. I unding-donged it later because of his help.
Alright, see you guys next time.
Bye.